Welcome back, my wasted youth. This is Rev taking you through Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition the right way. When last we left our intrepid hero, we had made it all the way out of Lavender Town, and we showed up on Route 8. To where, well, we don't know quite yet. However, we are going to stop in this patch of wild grass. See, now, in this patch of grass, what you're going to find is Pidgeys and Pidgeotos. You're also going to find Abras and Rattatas, as well as Jigglypuffs, anywhere from about level 15 all the way up to level 27. But the fact is, those are not the things we're looking for here. See, we are actually looking for a Pokemon Yellow exclusive that you will only find in Pokemon Yellow, and the best shot to find it is in the little patch of 4 squares of grass that I'm looking in right now. So now, what is it? Well, we'll get to that once we actually do find it. Now, the other thing I was doing was that I was getting everybody ready for our next Cup event, which just happens to be the Petite Cup. So the very first thing that I did was look at what requirements are needed to enter, and it dawned on me that I have done things a little backward. See, the Petite Cup only allows you to use Pokemon ranging anywhere from level 25 to level 30, which is fine, that's what we're doing. But unfortunately, it also will only let you use unevolved Pokemon. Now, as a whole, that's not that bad, but the problem is that we do actually have a Pidgeotto and a Butterfree in our party. Okay, so how are we supposed to handle that? Well, it turns out that we can replace Pidgeotto with a level 26 Pidgey, so that's not that big of a deal. But what are we going to do with the Butterfree? Well, see, since I've kind of handcuffed myself and saying the only members of the Pokemon that we're going to be able to use for Cup events are members of our party, we've really only got 2 options, and one of them is to go back and take a level 26 Mankey and put it in the party. I'm not going to do that. This is what we've been waiting for. So, a level 27 Kadabra.
KADABRA, a psychic Pokemon. The evolved form of Abra deploys powerful telekinetic attacks.
Kadabra is a psychic type that evolves from Abra at level 16 and evolves into Alakazam, but only by trading. Now, by the time you get to Kadabra, which is the halfway point between the super weak Abra and the amazing Alakazam, you've already learned Teleport. Yeah, that's it. Just Teleport. At level 16, you learn Confusion. At level 20, it learns Disable. At level 27, it learns Psybeam. And at 31, it learns Recover. Kadabra's attack and defense stats are still pretty low, but let's face it, Psychics aren't really about raw power anyway. Kadabra has got great speed and a great special stat, making it an ideal choice for that first strike. Now, Kadabra can definitely learn a lot of TMs, including a lot of stuff that is completely non-psychic. If you want your great psychic Pokemon to have non-psychic moves, this is definitely the way to go. It is a defensive disadvantage to bug types and an offensive advantage to both fighting and poison types. Kadabra was originally supposed to be called Pocus, as in the line Hocus Pocus, but of course it comes from the word Abracadabra. Now, Kadabra's Japanese name is Uragera, which is a kind of a funny play on words that translates into Evil Geller. Well, Geller is Uri Geller, a Swiss magician and psychic who made a name for himself by bending spoons. Hey, what's that in Kadabra's hand? We could lose this very quickly, so let's see if it works. Confusion is not going to really be that bad. It is going to sting, but we want Sleep Powder here. Okay, so Kadabra is fast asleep. Now the plan is switch immediately into Bulbasaur. Now we want to Leech Seed and hope that Kadabra stays asleep. So we are going to use Leech Seed. Then at this point, we are going to Vine Whip, and evaded the attack. That's okay, I'm not even going to bother with it. We want to hit this thing as quickly as we possibly can. So does Vine Whip do any amount of damage? Not really. Kadabra woke up, and now we're in trouble. Right, so now I'm going to Leech Seed. As long as Kadabra doesn't teleport, we'll be okay. So let's try Cut. Confusion is going to hurt. I'm even okay with that. Even if it wipes Bulbasaur out completely, I actually don't mind here. Bulbasaur isn't the member of the party we need to catch this thing. But, unfortunately, this is what we need to do. So we've got to throw Butterfree back in and hope Kadabra doesn't teleport. And fortunately it didn't. Man, that's great. So, Leech Seed is still working. Kadabra is going to use Disable. Stun Spore is what's disabled, that's fine. So as long as we are still able to get off this Sleep Powder, that's perfect. Now Kadabra looks like it should be able to be caught. So let us try with a Great Ball. Yeah, I know, I've still actually got regular Pokeballs, but I'm using a Great Ball because I want this Kadabra. Perfect. Absolutely great. And now, just like that, we have caught a Pokemon Yellow exclusive, a Kadabra, a wild Kadabra with Kinesis. Man, that's great. So, perfect. Yeah. What this means is now, all of a sudden, we are able to catch the 4 Pokemon that you can evolve through trade only. So at this point, we can actually start trading back and forth between Red and Blue and get, third and final evolutionary forms of those 4 Pokemon. Man, that's great. Okay, so now right back to exactly where we were going. Let's use Cut here, and we will be finished. So, what are we actually planning on doing with that 6th member of the party for our Petite Cup event? Well, it turns out that what I'm thinking about doing, okay, well, tell you what if we find something for you? Okay, we're going to promote drinking on the job, I guess. What we're going to do, instead of bringing in Mankey, who has already left the party, is we're going to realize that Butterfree is going to be leaving our party anyway. So, it ends up getting replaced by a Haunter. But Haunter, unfortunately, is still an evolved Pokemon. So, what I'm thinking about doing is just for that event, we are going to trade in from either Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue, a Ghastly. And the Ghastly is going to be the same level of the Butterfree that we have at the time. So in this case, the Butterfree and the Ghastly are both going to be level 27. Then we'll have a level 27 Bulbasaur, and every other member of the party will be level 26. That way, we've still got unevolved Pokemon for the Petite Cup, and we'll still be able to not really destroy that whole we only want to use Pokemon that are actually in our party in Pokemon Yellow thing. So, great, but who are you? Oh, another Gambler. Perfect. Okay, so we are about to face this Gambler, and what does he have for us? I'm betting he doesn't have anything all that impressive. Nope, he's got a Poliwag. He has got 2 level 22 Poliwags. Man, that's great. So, what we're going to start with is, well, we're going to put it to sleep. And Poliwag is now fast asleep. Now, this Gambler does actually have 1 more Pokemon. We don't know what that is yet. We'll find out soon enough. But for now, let's see if Pikachu and Thundershock can actually rip right through this Poliwag. I'm kind of hoping it can. Water, electricity, you know how it is. It seems to work out pretty well. So, that's great. And just like that, Gambler's about to use another Poliwag. That's fine. I don't think I am. I think I'm okay. So, 1 more level 22 Poliwag. Pikachu is just going to Thundershock this one as well. I'm not even bothering to put it to sleep. That's okay. It's paralyzed. Perfect. So, it's fully paralyzed. I think 1 quick attack, and that should do. Man, that's great. So, just like that, his second Poliwag is down. Perfect. Now, what? Huh. Okay, no, I think I'm okay. But, what is a Poliwhirl?
Poliwhirl, the tadpole Pokemon. Its highly developed muscles allow Poliwhirl to move efficiently on land, but it is even more agile in water.
Poliwhirl is a water type that evolves from Poliwag at level 25 and evolves into Poliwrath through use of the Water Stone. By the time your Poliwag evolves, it will have already learned Bubble, Hypnosis, and Water Gun. At level 26, it learns Double Slap. At 33, it learns Body Slam. At 41, it learns Amnesia. And at level 49, it learns Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, Poliwhirl has got mediocre stats at best, and its speed is really slow. However, it can learn a lot of TMs as well as the HMs Surf and Strength. Well, now, here's the kick. Poliwhirl is able to learn such diverse TMs that it can actually learn both Psychic and Ground types, as well as Water type. It is a defensive disadvantage to Electric and Grass, and an offensive advantage to Fire, Ground, and Rock. Even though Poliwhirl is relatively diverse, I think I'd still give this one a miss, unless you're just trying to fill out your Pokedex. Now, Poliwhirl's name came from two things. Well, Tadpole is one of them, and the other one is Whirl, which is kind of that design on its stomach. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Let's say Thundershock and see what it can actually do. Now, I'm actually not really too worried about this. Hypnosis is not going to affect Pikachu, and Pikachu can Thundershock one more time. Is it enough to take it out? Yes, it is. Absolutely perfect. Pikachu is now grown to level 26, exactly what I wanted. Trying to learn Thunderbolt. Of course we're going to learn Thunderbolt. Yes, of course I will. Thundershock is gone. So, just like that, we have forgotten Thundershock, and we have learned Thunderbolt. Absolutely perfect. And we have defeated a gambler. Man, it's okay. Well, you did, but that's okay. You, I guess, didn't realize that there's a Pikachu following us. No. Luck is not a lady tonight. You know how it is. Okay, oh, wow. Who are you? Oh, really? Oh, no. Yeah, my chem was bad, man. Really, really bad. That's okay, I'm just saying. So now this super nerd is wanting to fight, and that's fine too. He has got electric types for us. Okay, that's fine too. So we will put one to sleep and see what actually is going to happen here. So now Voltorb is fast asleep. Do remember though, Voltorb is super fast. So we are going to throw in Charmander. Now, it isn't necessary that we do throw in Charmander, but I would still kind of like Charmander's levels to go up. So I'm going to hit this thing with Ember, and for at least for right now anyway, I'm going to rely on a combination of Butterfree and Charmander to take out the Super Nerd's Pokemon. That way, everybody in the party is the levels I want them to be at, and then we can actually make a bit of a case for saying, okay, at this point is when we go back and enter that cup event. So that's what I'm going to do here. Now Charmander has just wiped out that Voltorb. Perfect. Still nobody gained some experience. That's great. I'm going to say no. For now, I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because, well, Charmander actually gets some experience right here. But now I'm going to put Butterfree back in. And Butterfree, I think, is just going to hit Confusion, and Smog shouldn't do that much to us. That's great. So yes, I realize it is super effective, but it's not really super effective. Not when you assume that, well, one shot of Confusion almost takes this Coughing clean out. So there we go. Just like that, Coughing is down, and Super Nerd is about to use another Voltorb. So I'm going to say no again, and do exactly the same thing I just did. Put it to sleep first, then in this case I'm actually going to hit it with Confusion, then switch out to Charmander. And that way we should be able to do everything we wanted to here. Voltorb has now got a pretty sizable ding in its HP, and now Charmander comes in and should be able to wipe this thing up pretty quickly. So let's see if that is what is going to happen here. Can we take it out with 2, possibly 3 shots? Ideally, I would like that, and yeah, it's exactly what it looks like, under the assumption that this one hits, and it does. Perfect. So Charmander has defeated Voltorb, and Super Nerd is now about to use Magnemite. I'm still going to say no. And so just like this, Magnemite is going to take 1 shot of Ember, and Magnemite is going to be a relatively fast, but that's okay. Magnemite is now burned, which means all of a sudden that its physical attacks, like Tackle, all the damage from them are all cut in half. That's going to help us out a lot. So now Magnemite isn't doing any real damage at all, that's fine. And just like this, maybe, just maybe, you know what? No. Initially, I was going to let Charmander take that one out all by itself. I think I'm not going to. I think that I am going to let Butterfree have 1 shot here. And that's it. So, what we are going to do is have Butterfree use 1 shot of Confusion, and that will take out this Magnemite. Butterfree grows to level 27, exactly what I wanted, and Charmander doesn't quite cut it. Oh, that's okay. You okay? Well, I would hope so, because, you know, you did pretty poorly in that. Oh, well. Anyway, oh, hey, there is a sign there that we did not take a look at. Where exactly are we? Underground path. Okay, it's Celadon City to Lavender. Oh, cool, so we're going to Celadon City now. That's great. Hi. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, well, thank you very much for that. That's great to know. I will definitely take a look. But now, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode. This has been Rev taking you through Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition the right way. Thanks for watching. Till next time, when everything changes.